Welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Sunday, late afternoon, early evening, depending on when it is that you actually see this. I hope the weekend has treated you well. You've looked after yourself. You enjoyed some good time with friends and family and whatever you got up to. Obviously, Spurs had an interesting day yesterday, which I'll quickly touch on. I'm not going to spend long on it. We're talking also a player that maybe is disgruntled and unhappy with Ange and looking to leave in Giovanni Lo Celso, as well as interest in a new player that I've never talked about on this channel, Dani Olmo. So plenty to talk about, plenty to get into. Just want to say that if you're new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let's just quickly talk about yesterday. Barring injuries and suspensions, what could have gone wrong did go wrong. That's probably the way I would sum it up. Now, there was a lot of the world's going to end, it's going to blow up, you know, Spurs losing means the world has to end, right? That kind of attitude. And to be honest, I think if you thought about the start of this season before we played any games of football in the Premier League, you probably expected us to get pumped a few times, genuinely. We didn't really have a good defence in the season previous to Ange. You know, yes, maybe the season previous before that, but that probably was more of a Conte high kind of vibe. So this was probably something that it was coming. I wouldn't look at the Chelsea at home fixture as a pumping because, well, we were down to 9 men. You know, they were always going to win that even if we sat back. So with this game, it was one of those that, look, it wasn't good. You know, the passing was poor. The passing, I don't know if this is going to resonate with any of you. It feels really slow at the moment. You know, the until we go 1-0 down, where our players then go, Christ, we need to get into gear here. And there's only so many times you can go behind and still come back. So the passing is too slow. You know, we were giving the ball away at all times. Something's not right in that midfield in terms of link up from the midfield into the attack, because the attackers are all there starving. You know, they hold their width, they're plenty of space, but they're starving for balls into them at quick enough speeds. Bissouma wasn't moving the ball quick enough. Bentancur wasn't moving the ball quick enough. I mean, Højbjerg, good lord, gave away the ball about 8 times in about 5 minutes. It was bad. It was bad. Maddison, people going, he's been rubbish since this day and this that, other. Okay, form-wise, yeah, there's been some pretty naff games. There's been some all right games. To say he's been completely rubbish since he's come out from injury, it's a bit far-fetched, if I'm honest. But to be honest, it was a game where we actually probably started the first 5-10 minutes really well. And I was like, right, we're up for this. Good to see. And then it was just any mistake defensively that we were going to make, we made. I mean, simple ones for, what was it, Isaac's second goal, just peels off of Mickey van der Ven in our own half. So therefore, you physically cannot be offside. And he just waltzes in. Now, Mickey's very quick. Mickey will catch most players. Isaac's quite quick himself. You were always going to struggle if you gave Isaac a 10-15 yard head start. So what went wrong, went wrong. I thought the substitutions weren't great. I actually thought probably the only player that maybe played well was Destiny Udogie, to be honest. You know, the rest of them were all a bit naff. I think people have been going in on Son. You know, I'm going to put this as nice as possible. If you're an Ange out or you're a Son out, doors over there. Catch you later. Not interested in your opinions, because clearly you're only here to just be spiteful and just be hateful. And I'm not interested in that. All right. The world has got enough spite and hate. This channel is about a bit of positivity, for goodness sake. So it's going to happen. We've got 2 weeks off now, which I think is a bad thing, if I'm honest. I'd rather play a game next weekend, because we've now got 2 weeks leading into the Arsenal game. Arsenal, by the way, I'm recording this at halftime. It's 0-0, I believe. Don't hold me to that if there has been a goal. I started just before the end of the half. Yeah, we're going into that game. Yes, Arsenal are going to be playing multiple times. They're going to be in a routine. They're going to be, you know, rust-free. We're not going to be in a routine. We are going to be rust-free. And wouldn't it be just so Spursy that we go and get absolutely pumped by Newcastle? We get dominated by Fulham a few weeks before that. But we'll go and beat Arsenal. We'll get points. We'll beat Chelsea, get points from Liverpool. That kind of... I mean, Liverpool today looked... Good Lord. Barn door, banjo is all I'm summing their game up as today. So, yeah, not great. But let's talk about Lo Celso first. So it came from Estadio Deportivo, and it said that Giovanni Lo Celso is unhappy with Ange Postecoglou over lack of game time and is planning to leave Tottenham at the end of the season. And to be honest, he was one guy yesterday that I was thinking, bring him on at half time. I want to see Gio. I want someone to get on the ball and actually just kind of control a bit more tempo, because we had no one doing it, and Lo Celso is probably the best at doing it. I've noticed over the last few weeks that, you know, when Madders has been coming off, Kulusevski's been going into that position. Now, you may love Kulusevski, you may hate Kulusevski. For me, Giovanni Celso being a centre attacking mid and Kulusevski being a right winger, you'd think the centre attacking mid gets brought on for the centre attacking mids. I don't know why we've been doing the Kulusevski thing. It's not worked. He's fit. You know, people go, oh, we'll get him gone, he's not fit. But when he has been fit, he's been pretty decent. I think, you know, even the most Giovanni Celso agenda haters would actually say, look, when he has played, he's been all right. The issue that we have with him is that he doesn't play. And I totally get that. He should have played yesterday. And the fact that he wants out, I don't blame him, if I'm honest. Because he's been sold on this dream of, you're going to get loads of game time, you're going to get used loads, only to sort of come around and when he has been fit, 5-10 minutes here and there. You know, people that say Madders hasn't been playing well why hasn't Gio been getting minutes? And look, I'll put money on it. He's not getting minutes. Well, he's not going to get big enough minutes against Arsenal because Maddison will start against Arsenal. I think that's pretty clear to see. But look, Gio should have had more minutes recently when he has been fit. 5-10 minutes here and there is just not enough. So I don't blame him. It was either this summer he was getting extended or he was getting sold. There was no in between. This wasn't he's going to run out his, we're going to let him run out his contract for another year and then lose him for free in the summer. Cash in on this summer, 10-15 million. Or it was going to be extend his contract. And to be honest, I think it's going to be him leaving. And it's not because maybe we want him to go. I think he wants to go because he's not been played. And I do think he's been sold a bit of a lie there. So there's that. Right, I just want to finish with the Dani Olmo one. And look, I'm going to put this out here first and foremost. I don't see us getting Dani Olmo, okay? So hold that one in your back pocket whilst I talk about it. So came from Christian Falk, who said, he was talking about Dani Olmo, and he said, will Dani Olmo move to Chelsea, Manchester United, Tottenham, or Manchester City? Now, let me tell you who Dani Olmo is first, just before, you give your thoughts and views on him. So Dani Olmo, he's sort of a creative midfielder for a Red Bull Leipzig out in the Bundesliga, Spanish international. He's 25 years old. The contract ends in the summer of 2027. He's played 22 times this season. He's scored 8 and 5 assists, and that's across the Bundesliga, the Champions League, and the DFL Super Cup, where he did get a hat-trick, which is quite nice. 22 games, 13 goal contributions. Pretty good, if I'm honest. Like I said, sort of an attacking midfielder. Can play a bit of wing as well. Transfer market valued him at sort of 50 million euros. If I'm honest, he's going to cost more than 50 million euros. I would say 60, 70, something like that. On the face things, yeah, I don't think we're getting him. Is he a good player? Yes. Maybe one of the better players we've been linked to so far this season, if I'm honest. So that, I think, that's exciting. Would he improve us? Yes. Would there be a potential that James Maddison doesn't start every game because maybe Dani Olmo is doing the business? Yeah. And that I have no issues with us looking at the idea of, we can still improve every single position in this team, so, but he's not coming to Spurs. We're not spending 60, 70, 80 million euros on a guy that Man City are really keen on, Liverpool are keen on, and he would do marvellous things at Liverpool. Looking at Szoboszlai today, Naf, I know McAllister's decent, but McAllister's more of the 8. Endo, obviously, has had a decent season. Curtis Jones was useless. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. How that man started today, you're better off starting John in Rosette, to be honest. But no, he would improve them. When you look at Man United, they'd throw the money at Dani Olmo, 100%. They'd probably eat his career alive, but they'd throw the money at him. Chelsea would do the same, and Arsenal, I feel like would be the only team that wouldn't do it because they have Havertz, they have Ødegaard, Smith throws in there, but is he leaving in the summer? I don't know. But look, yeah, he would he'd be magical for us, but it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comments section your thoughts and feelings about the game yesterday. I want to know your thoughts and feelings, even if it's good, bad, or ugly. Obviously, your thoughts and feelings around Dani Olmo and that interest, as well as Celso being unhappy and wanting to leave Spurs in the summer. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.